What's going on, everybody? This is Garrett from Killer Off-Road Hobbies, and I've been asked to do this a bunch of times, so I'm finally doing it. Sorry for taking so long, but here we go. Okay, so I've been asked how I solder or what I use to solder all my connectors and all of that stuff. So basically, I just buy a big roll of solder online. It's about 10 bucks, and this lasts for quite a while. I just put in RC solder and that pops up. I use a Weller little hand soldering tool with the 3 LED lights on the front. I got this from Home Depot for about 35 bucks. And last but not least, well, not last, but I use this jeweler's vise. I got it off of eBay for $10. All you search is jeweler vise and one of these will pop up. And then I use one of these handy dandy crack torches. That's not the official name, but that's what I call them. Also, I have my little sponge here. This is just a normal dishwasher sponge that I converted into my soldering sponge. I get this a little wet every time I solder, and I just set it to the side. Now, when it comes to batteries, batteries are much easier than ESCs, so I'm showing you guys a battery today. I'm going to go ahead and do an XT90 conversion on this. I put the XT60s on here, but I don't like these anymore, so I'm running XT90, so I wanted to show you guys just me soldering one of these real quick. First thing I do is I always start with the negative wire. So I cut the negative wire like so. Sorry, these are a little dull, but I cut the negative wire. I go ahead and find the minus symbol on here, and I go ahead and connect that to one side of my jeweler's vise. Then, leaving this on here, because I don't cut both off at once, I just take a little bit off of the end here, right like that, and then I twist it up, and then I set the battery underneath my jeweler vise and connect the lead to there, line it up, but I don't solder just yet. Alright, so now I grab my solder and my soldering iron and just touch the solder to there and just kind of lay it on there nice and thick, like making sure to get plenty to stick to my connector. On the end I pull it up just like that, and then all I do is line it up with my jeweler vise, as you guys can see right there. Just line it up nice and neat, and then I basically just kind of hold it without trying not to burn myself, and I touch it down, slide it in there, and get the solder in there nice and good like. Now that came out pretty good, but then what I do is I have little gaps. So what I do is I take the solder and I fill up all of those gaps. Right like that. That looks nice and full, so we'll move on to the positive now and finish this up. So all I do is release my clamps. The positive now. So what I do is I will take this, see which side it wants to be on, which is this side. So I'll make it easy for myself with this pair of needle nose pliers and turn the open side up so that it makes it really easy to solder. Now what I'll do is I will connect it to my jeweler vise. I will take this end and clip it off right like that. That goes in the trash. Then I slide my cap on like so, making sure not to touch anything to ground it out, and then clip a little bit of the end off just like the other side, pull it off, twist it up, move my battery back into a better position, and clamp that in with the jeweler vise. Right like that, and then I'll go ahead and lay some solder on there. Nice and generous amount, making sure I got plenty. Alrighty. And now what I'll do is just position this so that I can line it up. Give myself a little more room. There we go. Hopefully. It's much harder trying to do this and show you guys. Normally this would only take me about a minute. So melt that down. I didn't put quite enough solder on there, but get it in there, get it nice and melted. And then this is what I get to show you guys, filling it in. So just get my solder going on here and just fill that up all the way. Beautiful. Right like that. That is very nice looking. As you can see, both are nice and full. So now what I'll do is just finish up here. See how it's sitting, how it's supposed to be? That's because I turned that one terminal. Now you can do that afterwards, it's not a big deal, but it's already cooled down, so I'll go ahead and just connect the end right like that. XT90 on there and ready to go. Alright everybody, I hope this is helpful. I know, like I said, I've been asked to do this several times and I'm just getting to it, so sorry. But go ahead and thumb up if this helps you, thumbs down if it didn't, and I'm a horrible soldering artist, I guess. And check out that description, there's a lot of cool stuff down there. You can become a patron, help support the channel, and keep cool stuff rolling through Killer Off-Road Hobbies. You can get t-shirts, all that cool stuff. Check that out if you got time, and we'll see you on the next video. Until then, peace.